Hi everyone, this is Robin from Designhill and your host for the day. I hope you and your family are keeping well and safe. I would like to welcome you for this session where we are going to talk about Ignite Creator Mode to watch LinkedIn engagement explode. Today's event is brought to you by Designhill, world's leading creative marketplace that caters to the creative needs of businesses and individuals alike who can source high quality designs from professional designers and buy unique products created by independent artists. So, moving ahead, let me introduce our speaker for today. We have with us Doran Morin Van Dam. Doran is a social media consultant, organic social media specialist, certified agile marketer, community manager, and keynote speaker. She has been in trenches of social media for nearly 10 years now, starting out as a local specialist, learning about B2B, and now she is working with international brands. Hi Doran, would you like to say a quick hi to our audience?
Absolutely. Thank you, Robin, for that wonderful introduction. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad to be here and to talk to you about a way to ignite your LinkedIn. I'm an organic specialist, and there's a lot of things you can do without paying for people to see your content. So that's really what this is all about. I'm super excited to present this to you today.
Great. So, guys, before we start the session, here is the big announcement. We are giving away certificates to all the attendees, but for that, you would have to stick till the very end. So, brace yourself as stay tuned till the very end. All right. So, before we start the session, guys, let's quickly look at what Design Hill is all about.
Need to get your parents off your back? Head to the world's #1 creative marketplace, Designhill.
When I started my photography business, I needed something that said this was more than just a hobby. It's not a hobby, Mom. That's why I went to Designhill and got an amazing logo super fast at a price I could afford. The process was easy using Designhill's logo maker. Just enter the name of your business, then pick out a number of designs that inspire you. I'll pick this one and that one looks cute. Then pick your colors or let the system decide. Add some more info like a slogan, the industry your business is in, and your budget. The logo maker, using machine learning and artificial intelligence, will design thousands of logo variants that you can choose from and adapt. In fact, I was able to get everything from business cards to t-shirt design and complete social media kit, all with the click of a button. With that, I'm all set. Now everyone I meet knows I'm a legit photographer. Even my mom. It's real. That's decaf.
Let the world know it's real and build your brand with Designhill.
Let the world know it's real and build your brand with Designhill.
All right. So, guys, that was all about Design Hill. And now we are all set to start the session. We will take up questions during the session. So, guys, if you have anything to ask Doran, please drop them in the questions section on your screen. Doran, over to you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here. I'm on the East Coast of the US. It's 8 a.m. I am ready to go. So what is creator mode? We're going to talk about that today on LinkedIn. But before we do, let me tell you just a little bit more. I, at this point, have over 11 years of social media experience. And as I said before in the introduction, I'm an organic social media specialist. That means that I don't do paid social. I really work with content. So the creator mode on LinkedIn caught my eye. And so I've been using it since October, and it's fantastic. And I figured out a lot of people don't know about it. So that's why we're going to talk about that. I'm also a community manager, agile marketer, and I absolutely love content creation. So today's mission is for us, all of us, to explore LinkedIn together. As Robin said, I will answer questions at the end. So make sure you put the questions in. I'll go look at them when I'm done with my presentation and be happy to answer as many questions as I can. So we're going to talk about creator mode. Then we're going to talk about additional new features on LinkedIn that you might not know about. And then I'm going to share a little bit of my strategy, my engagement strategy on LinkedIn that's powered by all these new features. So the first thing is, what is Creator Mode? Who is it for? We're going to look at how do you activate Creator Mode and what the benefits are, right? So, because you might have seen a button on your profile and you might be scared to actually activate it. So I'm going to kind of give you a behind the scenes look of what it is. So Creator Mode is for people who want to expand their reach and grow their influence on LinkedIn. Now, I changed the word content creator to people because I think content creator mode is for anybody who's active on LinkedIn. It is not just for content creators. If you are not a content creator yet, but you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, a CEO, an HR person, and you want to expand your reach, you want to talk to more people, you want to network, Creator Mode is for you as well. You can become a content creator just by activating Creator Mode. So I changed that. It's for people who want to expand their reach and grow their influence on LinkedIn. And this is why your audience and your reach, your engagement is going to grow the more you post and the more content. And we're going to talk about in just a little bit what kind of content works well. So Creator Mode, in order to turn it on, is it's right there on your, both on mobile and desktop. You will find it right underneath your profile, and it's a button that you toggle on. So it's that once you have it on, the button becomes green. It's easy to see. I also have a screenshot for those of you who are on desktop. It's right there under resources. You toggle it on. And then once it's on, you can click on the Creator Mode, and then it will give you all sorts of things to do. But that's how you turn it on. So it's Creator Mode lets people know that your profile is a destination for inspiring content. It also helps you gain followers. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the difference between connections and followers. And then also that access to those tools that go with Creator Mode. So Creator Mode gives you new features, better reach, and increased engagement, like I said. So we're going to now go a little bit in more detail. I took a bunch of screenshots for you, so it's easy for me to share with you what it looks like. So these are some of the new features that you get and that you might already have if you don't have Creator Mode turned on. But according to LinkedIn, these are some of the things that are important. So you get short form posts, right? It's a great way to start conversations. Images and video, which is great that you already have. But the additional thing that you get with Creator Mode is access to LinkedIn Live. Now, I'll have a little story to tell here. In 2019, when LinkedIn Live was first introduced, I was very active on LinkedIn, and I got an invitation to go use it. And they had a little caveat there at the bottom. It said, if you don't use LinkedIn Live for 3 months, we'll take it away. Well, I was in the middle of a move. I used it twice. I didn't use it. And guess what? They took LinkedIn Live away. And I had been trying to get it back. I applied many, many times. So by simply turning on Creator Mode in October this year, I got instant access to LinkedIn Live, which was huge for me. The other thing that's new on LinkedIn are documents. I'm not really going to explain a lot about this, but basically you can upload a PDF to your profile. And you know how a PDF has the pages underneath each other? When you upload the document to LinkedIn, to your profile, it actually reads as a carousel. So if you've never seen that, or you've seen people use carousels, it's actually a document uploaded to LinkedIn. You get instant access to articles. And the most exciting thing for me, and I'm going to dive into this in just a minute, is newsletters. LinkedIn newsletters are amazing. I have watched other people do amazing things, get subscribers. I have now published 8 newsletters myself. I publish every other week, and I have over 1,200 subscribers, which is super exciting to me. And the most exciting thing about that is that a lot of the subscribers to my LinkedIn newsletter are people I'm not actually connected with. So these are new people because LinkedIn is pushing that out. More on that in just a minute. And then, of course, you get access to events. You can spread the word for an upcoming event or a live video and create these events on LinkedIn, which let people know, hey, this person is creating content. So you get a new profile look when you activate creator mode, that green button, right? Your LinkedIn profile will look and act a little bit different. And the two major changes that you will immediately see is that instead of a connect button, you get a follow button and you get a cover story video. So let's explore those two things. So the first thing is on your profile, it's going to look like this. Instead of people being able to connect, there is going to be that button that says follow. Now, you can still connect with people that are in creator mode. I want to make this point. It takes one extra click. You can absolutely do that. But you can also accumulate a bunch of followers, which is super exciting, right? So that's the first change, the first difference. And by activating creator mode, the connect option changes to follow. And then the second thing that I talked about is that you can now upload up to a 30-second video instead of, in addition to your picture on your profile. Now, you can use that 30 seconds any way you want. It's a vertical video, just like a reel or a story would be. And it's pretty cool. You can introduce yourself, you can ask a question, you can have a call to action. So it's a very exciting thing. You can change it when you need to. When I was working on this presentation, I clicked on my own video, which I had created back in October, and I realized it wasn't relevant anymore. I talked about an event that was already passed. So make sure you check your video, maybe, and change it out once a month, every 2 or 3 months, but make sure that that's still relevant. And here's a tip: if you're going to an in-person conference, or you're speaking at a virtual event, or you have a new course that you're putting out, talking about that in your introductory video could be a really great idea. So LinkedIn creators can add that 30-second cover story to the profile. You can create that on your phone. Again, it's a vertical video up to 30 seconds. And once you've uploaded it, there's an orange ring. And if you go back here, you see that orange ring that is around your profile that lets people know there's a story, kind of modeled after Instagram stories, right? When you go to Instagram and you see somebody's profile, you instantly know if they have a story there because you see that ring. And it's the same thing for LinkedIn. You basically have a LinkedIn story sitting there, a 30-second story that people can watch. It just doesn't disappear. So that's the good part to that. And I've heard a rumor that they have profile video analytics coming soon, because right now it doesn't give you any data on who has watched it, how long they stay. So that's coming. So then you can really see who watched my video and reach out to those people, right? Because how powerful would that be? If you know who's watched your video, and then and then you can connect with them and say, hey, just want to reach out and say hello to you, because obviously if somebody watched a video, they're curious about who you are, and then you can make that connection and network with them. So there are new tools. I just wanted to point out that creator mode might not be accessible for everyone. I know Designhill has a global audience, so I want to be sensitive to the fact that you might be in a place where this is not available yet. But here's the thing: keep an eye on it, guys. Once you have this available in whatever country or wherever you are, jump on it. It's made a huge difference for my reach and my engagement on LinkedIn. So if you're watching this and you're in a place where this is not available to you yet, you are ahead of the curve. You are going to absolutely rock it once this is available to you. But once you turn it on, you will have access to all these tools. So I just wanted to point that out as well. So talk to your audience. So some of the things that get you that are available as soon as you turn it on is that live video that I talked about. You can talk to your audience in real time, right, to create engagement. I started a live show on LinkedIn every week because I had this LinkedIn Live. I've been waiting for it, like I said, since 2019 when I lost access to live video, and I got it back this fall of 2021. And I am super excited. I have now done 8 shows. And here's the kicker. Yes, there's people watching it live, but there's lots of people watching it on the replay. And I have people telling me that they're watching my show, which is really cool. I talk about strategy, of course, but no matter what expert you are, being able to have a live show right there on LinkedIn and show off your expertise is super powerful. So think about, as a strategy, what are you an expert in? Are you an expert in graphic design? Are you an expert in starting a business? Do you sell products? Who do you want to talk to on LinkedIn and create a show around that? It's really simple to do, and it's very, very powerful. I am reaching a lot of people that normally I wouldn't be reaching just by doing live video. So then the LinkedIn newsletter, that one that I said that has really been a game changer for me. It distributes content to you on your favorite topic. I've done a couple of different experiments with mine. I'm doing mine every other week just because it's quite a bit of work. I want my newsletter to be full of new tips. One of my newsletters, I did an experiment. I reshared some older content, and it didn't do very well. It kind of fell on flat ears, right? So I wanted to make sure that if you, whatever newsletter you do, it could be repurposing a blog that you already wrote, or you could ask questions or answer questions, or, kind of gather news, industry news, and say, hey, I'm in the industry of makeup. Here are some new trends that are coming, right? And you can list the trends. Whatever it is, use the keywords that you want to be known for. You're the expert. Write a newsletter. You can embed video in your newsletter. You can do lots of pictures. It's powerful. And then when you publish it, that's when really the best part starts. Because of this being a new feature, LinkedIn pushes it out to a ton of people organically for free. And so that's how you get subscribers. So then the other part that you get is you can create events for these lives that you do. That is another thing that LinkedIn is kind of new. It pushes it out. So when I create, when I set up my live, it automatically creates an event for that live. And so I get these notifications of other people that are creating events. And I know that when I create an event, my followers and people within my network, and even people without my network that might be interested in my topic, are seeing that. So that's another cool way that you can reach more people. Create an event. I'm going to go live. I'm going to do, a webinar somewhere, and you can create an event around all of that, but actually create it right there on LinkedIn. And if you're active on Facebook, you already kind of know how that works. You can invite people and they can share the event, and that way more people come in. So if you're in a LinkedIn slump, right, do you feel that no one is seeing your content? This creator mode gives you a free organic boost. And I want to, go back to this again. We are conditioned by the big Instagram and Facebook people that, often organic reach is so small. And so this is a great opportunity. I have seen a huge jump and people that are talking to me and to my reach right here on LinkedIn because of creator mode. So if you're in that content slump, I would highly encourage you to try this out. So here are a couple of things that are going to be boosting, right? So that invitation to follow that comes with LinkedIn is going to send that out organically, right? So you're creating this newsletter, you're doing this live event, and LinkedIn's algorithm gets triggered when you create an event, when you do a live, when you do a newsletter, those three things, right? So LinkedIn says, okay, this person is creating this content, putting this stuff out. I think LinkedIn says, this is how I think it works. LinkedIn is going to show your content to people who are interested in your type of content. And it's really true because I absolutely am seeing people interact with my content, engage, ask questions that I don't really know who they are, but they're following me because LinkedIn has shown them my content. So you get real-time feedback and comments from readers on those newsletters. So by creating content with these creator mode tools, it signals LinkedIn that to show your content. And it's different than when you post something on your profile, right? These are using the tools that they want you to use. The other thing is it's organic discoverability. That's another creator mode boost. What does that mean? Creator mode is free. You can toggle it on, you can toggle it off, right? You turn on that creator mode that enhances that organic discoverability outside of your existing network. Literally, if you have 0 connections, if you have no audience, or your audience is teeny tiny, by creating content, a newsletter, a live, an event, people are going to see your content because LinkedIn is going to say, this is great. This person is using our tools. We're going to show it to more people. The last one that I wanted to talk about, and this is the first time I'm mentioning this, when you turn on creator mode right there in your profile, whether you do it on your mobile or your desktop, and you click on it, once it's activated, you get to pick 5 topics. So you're basically telling LinkedIn, not only I'm going to create this content, but I'm going to create content about these 5 topics. It makes it easier for other LinkedIn members to discover your content. So for example, for me, I do organic marketing, right? That's one of my topics. Content marketing. I talk about LinkedIn newsletters, and I might change these topics depending on what my newsletter is going to be about or what my live is going to be about. But you can tell LinkedIn 5 topics you want to be an expert in. And that's really powerful. So then when people search for those topics or follow those hashtags, LinkedIn just serves them your content, which is really cool. So who benefits from creator mode? You know, I used the word people before. We used content creators before, right? But it's content creators, job seekers, recruiters, entrepreneurs, professional speakers, trainers, freelancers, people, anybody who can benefit from creator mode. And I just kind of want to make that point, even if you're not creating content right now, if you can be on camera, if you can write a blog, if you have something to share, if you're an expert in anything, creator mode, you can benefit from it, right? And that tip that's at the bottom right there, creator mode can be turned on and off easily. Say you're going to a live event and you don't want people to follow you, but you want people to connect with you. You just turn it off while you're at the event, right? It's an easy toggle, on and off, on and off. So I just wanted to make that point, especially if you make a video on your phone, that video will be saved. You turn creator mode off. When you turn it back on, you upload that video again. It's a pretty simple process. So don't be scared to turn it on and see what happens, right? Before I go to my next new features, we're going to take a little break right here. Designhill is going to give you some more information, and I'll be right back.
All right. Guys, I hope you are enjoying this wonderful session with Doran. It's time for a short break. Before we move forward, I would like to give a quick shout out to Designhill for organizing this event. Stay tuned and we will be right back to hear more from Doran.
Clarematics is a full-service video agency based around video production. We created a brand that fit our identity at the time, but as we've evolved as a company, we found that original brand didn't quite fit our aspirations anymore. Finding a partner to rebrand your entire company takes a lot of time and effort. Finding Designhill was an incredible lifeline. Designhill offers a money-back guarantee. If we don't like any of the designs, we get all of our money back. The stuff that we ended up with were well beyond what we had been seeing on other creative services platforms. After creating a simple design brief by answering some questions created by Designhill, we posted, and within a few days, we had over 250 entries. Designhill's platform made it easy to communicate with all the potential designers. Eventually, we picked a winner. In addition to a logo, our designer also created a letterhead, business cards, and banners for all of our social media platforms. With Designhill's help, we now have a brand that meets our aspirations. We're ready for the future and everything that it's here to bring.
All right. So guys, we are back again. Doran, let's continue with the session.
All right. Thank you so much, Robin. So while we were on a little break, I just peeked at the questions and I saw one question from Daniela, and I'm going to answer that right now. She's asking if we need premium on LinkedIn to get all these features. Guys, you don't need that. No, if you already have LinkedIn Premium and you're paying for it and you do a lot of networking, that's wonderful. But I don't have LinkedIn Premium activated at this time, and I have access to all these tools. So no, you don't need that. It's a great question, Daniela, and I just wanted to say thank you for asking that. I bet you if you had that question and you asked it, other people were asking that same question. No, you don't need it. This is all free. LinkedIn was bought by Microsoft a couple of years ago. And so they're doing all kinds of wonderful things for people to create content. And this is one of them, creator mode. So no, you don't need it. So just wanted to do that and give you that answer right now, because I think that was an awesome question. So if you have any other questions come up while I finish this presentation, I'm going to try to answer as many as I can once I am done. So let's look at some other new features that you might not know that are right here on LinkedIn that are not necessarily tied to creator mode, but they can make a big difference in networking on LinkedIn. Because isn't that what we want to do? We all want to network with other people. We want to grow our network so we can grow our reach. That's absolutely what we want to do. So these tools are free. Once you have access in wherever you live, you can use them. And I absolutely would say, go ahead and use them. You will see a huge difference. And here's the thing. I'm going to talk about strategy in just a minute, because having these tools is one thing, but knowing how to use them and why, that's really where the sweet spot is. So stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you how I use these tools for my benefit. So on all these platforms, I just want to point out something, right? As an organic specialist, anytime a platform comes out with a new feature, they are going to give that feature extra juice, as we call it, right? So just as an example, 5 years ago, LinkedIn came out with LinkedIn Live. I had the feature. I went live on the beach one day. I didn't really know what to do with it. And then Facebook decided that there was this woman who made a 20-minute video of herself in a Chewbacca mask. I don't know if you saw it. About 100 million people have since seen that Facebook Live. And that kind of kicked off this feature, right? She used it exactly what they wanted it for. She went live for 20 minutes, streamed it to a personal profile. Everybody watched it, and literally everybody started talking about Facebook Live. When a new feature is introduced, just like this one on creator mode on LinkedIn, they really want you to use it. And when you use a new feature, it's going to be favored by the algorithm. So anytime a new feature comes on, especially as a content creator or as an entrepreneur, business owner, flock to that new feature and try it and see if it's right for you. I'm not saying, that shiny object thing where you always have to go and do everything and do all the things, but go try it, go test it, because it might be something that you want. And right now, what's hot on Instagram, we all know this, right? Reels. Reels is hot on Instagram because it's one of the newest features that Instagram pushed out. Well, this is the equivalent. Creator mode is the equivalent of Reels on Instagram, guys. This is what's making and breaking people and their engagement and reach on LinkedIn. So here are some new LinkedIn features that I'm going to talk about. There's 4 of them. So I have some additional slides. The pronunciation feature, name pronunciation feature. It's an audio feature. audio events that are coming to your profile. I don't have access to it. It's in beta right now. Services Marketplace, and the bell notification. So let's go look at each one of these 4 new LinkedIn features, and you might have them. So the first one is name pronunciation. It's right there on your profile. If you go to your phone, it says you can record yourself and you can leave a little message. Now, I have a pretty unique name, Doreen Morin Van Dam, right? And people don't always know how to pronounce my name. They might call me Dorian. It's Doreen because it's the Dutch spelling of my name. I'm from the Netherlands. And so then the Van Dam, how do you say that? So I actually recorded myself and say, hey, this is Doreen Morin Van Dam. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming to my profile. You can also use that feature to have a call to action, to do something else. But it's there for you to connect with people. And I think it's a pretty cool feature. If you've not seen it or used it, record yourself and then tell your audience, your network, and say, hey, I just recorded a little voice message. So I think it's pretty powerful, especially if you have a unique name and you're networking internationally, right? So that's a great one. The next one is audio events. I have one friend who has this audio event activated, and she uses it every week. It's brand new. It's in beta. It's like a clubhouse style audio chat room. They're saying sometime next year, everybody will get access to it. Keep an eye out. Interestingly enough, you can't join an audio event after the event. It creates an event just like a live does, but you can't watch a replay because it's only audio and there's no replay audio. I tried to go listen to my friends because I missed it and I couldn't access it. So it's literally live audio. It's right there and then it goes away. But it's really cool because you can have conversations with people, like high level masterclass, teach something. It's a cool new feature. I'm sure that once everybody gets it, there's a whole bunch of people come up with some amazing strategy for audio rooms. So just kind of keep an eye out. You might have some people in your network that are using this. And if you get it, go ahead and use it to be a beta tester. Absolutely. When you see it, jump on it. I am going to do that once I get access to it. The next one I wanted to point out is that the Services Marketplace that kind of rolled out to freelancers. It's really cool. It's a feature that you can tell people what kind of services you provide. They can send you a message. You can basically do bidding in there. It's almost like, dare I say it, Upwork on LinkedIn, right? You can tell people what your services are, and then you can send a proposal right there. You can list up to 10 services, and you can notify your audience with that open for business post. So it's kind of cool. I had set it up, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then I got somebody inquiring about my services, which is really cool. So if you've not checked this out, if you're a freelancer, if you are in the services industry, go ahead and create that page. Tell people who you are. Make sure you fill out the about page, who you work with, what you do, your availability, where you work, and then select up to 10 services you provide. And then you can actually communicate with people. So I think that's pretty cool. A lot of people aren't quite using this yet, or might not be aware they have this feature activated. So go check it out. And the last one is one that's super exciting to me. And I used Charles from Designhill as an example. So Charles D, he's my connection, right? He's the head of marketing and partnership right here at Designhill. And when you look at somebody's profile, whether you're on desktop or on mobile, there is this bell. And there's really no explanation there, but it's one of the coolest features, guys. What you do when you click on that bell, so the picture on the left is when I haven't touched the bell. When you click the bell, it becomes a solid color. And then you see that notification pop up that says, now you'll receive notifications for all new posts from Charles. So anytime Charles goes and connects posts on LinkedIn, I see his posts. Now I'm going to talk, remember I told you I'm going to talk about strategy. I'm going to tell you how I use this. This is one of the most powerful new tools that I have found on LinkedIn. It is not connected to creator mode, but I wanted to make sure to include this because this is super powerful. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in just a second. So now we're going to talk LinkedIn strategy. I got about 10 minutes, and then we're going to answer questions. So LinkedIn strategy. So your outbound strategy is when you reach out to people, right? Is who do you want to meet? Who do you want to connect with? Know your audience. I'm an organic social media specialist. Who do I want to meet? People who own ad agencies. I'm a speaker. Who do I want to meet? People who put on events like Designhill. I'm an agile marketer. Who do I want to meet? People who own agencies and they're growing, they're scaling, and they need a system in place, right? I want to meet business owners who are startups. So those are all the people who I want to meet. So how do I put this into a strategy? I follow and subscribe. So I make a list of people who I want to meet. I might start with people in my state. I live in the state of Vermont in the United States. Or I might go national and say Facebook ad agencies. I use the search function in LinkedIn. I go find these people and follow them and hit that bell, right? So then when they start posting, I can engage with their content. So now they see this person they don't know, Doreen Morin Van Dam, comment on their stuff. They see me maybe share, like something. I engage with their content. And then we're going to connect. And we go to this private message. And we might say we have something in common. Hey, let's have a conversation off LinkedIn. Maybe we'll do a Zoom. But that's an outbound strategy, right? First, you decide who you want to meet. You make that list. You go follow them. If they have creator mode enabled, you might want to connect with them. But you also subscribe by hitting that bell. You then see the content that they post so you can engage with it on a daily basis. And then you're going to take that connection deeper. That's an outbound strategy. An inbound strategy, which is something we use with the creator mode, looks like this. You write articles, you publish that newsletter, you have that long form post, live video, audio, you create content. You then provide value with that, right? You show off your expertise. Say you're a shoemaker. Make a video of how you fix shoes or how you, furniture. Maybe you buy antique or old furniture and you refurbish it. Show videos of how you do that. Show techniques, tools you use, all of those things. Provide tips and tricks and strategy, right? And then that's how you show that to your audience. And by showing up, you creating that content, people will notice, but LinkedIn will notice and share that content to more and more people so you can grow that audience. So the first one was the outbound strategy. So you don't create any content, but you go and engage with the right people by using these tools. And then the second inbound strategy has to do with you creating that content and then using the tools that are available on LinkedIn and providing value and staying consistent, and people will come to you inbound, right? They'll come to you. They'll come to your messenger. This is what's happening to me. They'll message me and say, hey, Doreen, I want to collaborate on something. Hey, Doreen, I need a consult. So that's really cool. By providing consistent content and giving tips and tricks and expertise, people come to me. They will come to you when you do that. So use the new features and the new creator mode. It calls for a new LinkedIn strategy, right? And so here's kind of what I do. I kind of put it down. I know that behind the scenes, you've had a link to my website. I actually have 15 tips, 15 of these set up. It's a download. It's very easy. You can go to that and download it for free on my website. But this is kind of what I do. I turned on creator mode. This is my strategy. I write a bi-monthly newsletter. It's called Strategy Talks. So people subscribe to that. I then do a weekly Strategy Talks live show. And here is the distinction between the two. On the newsletter, I share my strategy, everything I do in my business, my expertise. And then in my Strategy Talks live show, I have a guest who talks about their strategy, which is an interesting thing, I think. because I would like to highlight other people's strategies, right? I do organic and I'm in social media, but by inviting guests on my live show, they talk about different things. I had somebody talk about imposter syndrome and work ethic and optimizing a LinkedIn profile and how to get started with live video. So those are experts in other areas, and they come to my show and talk to my audience about strategy. So that's how you can balance that. So that's my strategy. So I have that bi-monthly, so twice a month I write a newsletter. Every week I go live. I create long form content, articles, but also I write longer posts on LinkedIn where I tell a story. And then I have a personal picture to go with that, right? People like seeing pictures of me with my dogs. I live in an area in Vermont. I ski, I hike, I run. Show a little bit of yourself. Put those pictures of yourself out there. Do long form content and then ask questions, right? Use polls. Polls are totally overused on LinkedIn, but they work. They work. You get engagement. People like pushing a button. So use polls. I use them. Then ring the bell of influencers, right? Go find out who do you want to meet. Do that. I do that consistently. When I meet new people, I ring their bell. I see their content. I can engage with that. I go to LinkedIn daily to engage, right? 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, 5 minutes at lunch. If I have a little bit of extra time when I'm in the car, when I'm meeting somewhere, that's what I do. That's actually gives me great return on investment when I engage with other people on LinkedIn. I write and ask for recommendations, which is another, underrated feature right there on LinkedIn. Whenever I interview somebody or I work with somebody to collaborate, I write them a LinkedIn recommendation. That helps build your portfolio. It helps build your profile on LinkedIn. The more keywords you have on your profile, the more LinkedIn thinks, oh, this, we need to show this content for people, right? All those sections of your profile can be filled out. Recommendations is one of them. Turn it on and write and ask for recommendations. That freelancer open for work, I have that on. And then you continue conversations and direct messages. And then the last thing I want to share with you is putting a call to action on posts, right? We do a lot of posting and running. But you have to tell somebody what to do. If you have a poll, say, here's the question, can you answer the poll? If you have a new course, or I was going to present to Designhill, I'm like, what are you doing for breakfast tomorrow morning? Come join me, right? Call to action, register today. So don't forget to put that call to action there. And I want to show you a cool call to action by a LinkedIn influencer that I found. He says, ring the bell, and this is at the end, right? So he's a long form post, and at the end, he says, ring the bell, and then he has this emoji on my profile to receive a notification of all my posts. And then he has a hashtag and hit the follow button. So he's very specific about what he wants his audience to do. If you have this, save this in a little note on your phone, add this, start adding this at least once or twice a week to your posts. People will start following you. People might not understand ring the bell, but when you say it over and over, you could do a post about where your bell is, what it looks like. You can be the expert, right? If nobody in your network is using this yet, but you're going to start to get followers. So I kind of wanted to show this example to all of you. I think it's pretty cool. So come up with your own little thing, ring the bell. I started asking people to ring my bell, and it's working. I got new people following me. More people will see my content. So LinkedIn for Business, how does creative mode affect businesses and brands, right? So if there's business opportunities, if you're hiring somebody, look for somebody that's creative mode turned off, right? You get to know the person behind the profile. You can watch their communication style. You will know if they keep up with trends, if they write a newsletter, and it's like an instant portfolio. If you're looking for a job, use LinkedIn to get hired. We know that works, right? Use LinkedIn Live, go live, show who you are, right? That long form content and articles, write a newsletter. You can even do it about your job search, right? What are some things that you've learned in the job search? Show off your communication skills, hashtags, learn new skills, get certifications through LinkedIn Learning, right? I mentioned before that LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. LinkedIn Learning is really great out there. It's building up. You can get some free certifications, but you might have to turn on premium to get access to all of it. But it might be worth it, especially if you're looking for a job and you stay top of mind, right? So if you're using all of these new features. So my LinkedIn strategy is create content. That's never a bad decision. Give a tip, go live, do a newsletter, create an event, create content. Do that inbound marketing. If people come to you, show off that you're the expert. And then the other one is, no matter who you are, showing off your expertise can take you places. So what's next on LinkedIn? I'm going to give you a sneak preview. These are not things that are out there yet, but these are rumors. I should have said what's next. Rumors has it, the rumor mill. Reaction emojis might be coming. Newsletter and articles for company pages. Look for that. Hopefully that'll come. Analytics for creators. That profile video is going to get analytics soon. And then carousels, those documents, could potentially be part of paid LinkedIn posts. So instead of running ads, in people's DMs or into, just having a video or an image, carousels might be coming to paid LinkedIn. So these are the rumors I've heard. Look for those things. If they happen, jump on them, because again, LinkedIn is going to favor you using all these new things. So I am done. I think I am 2 minutes past where I was supposed to be, but I do like to talk. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Doreen Moore Van Dam. I know behind the scenes you've had, that link shared. I would love that. Ring my bell, subscribe to my newsletter, Strategy Talk, and there's that free download. And I want to thank Robin for hosting me here today, and the whole design team for inviting me, Designhill team for inviting me on here. I have presented webinars before, I've been on panels, and I always love this team. You are so professional, and I want to thank you for inviting me back on here. That's the end of my presentation. There are some questions, so I'm super excited. Can I just go right into that, Robin? Am I ready?
Yes, Doran.
Okay.
So I can see 3 questions we have in the questions tab. So I think one is answered by you.
Okay.
So we have 2 more questions.
Okay.
The first one is by Dicky, and it has 2 upvotes. So let's take up this question, Doran.
Okay, so Dicky says, I've been using LinkedIn, but on and off. I'm wondering, what is the other function of this app? Instead of connecting with people, is it like electronic CV to promote ourselves, right? If it's just social media for job seeking. Okay, so basically what it is, it used to be more like a CV, right? So if you have everything updated on there, then people would know how to connect you. It's much more than that. It's a platform to show people why they should hire you, right? So you can show off that content. You can show off that you are the expert. You also can make incredible connections with people to collaborate. Designhill found me through my LinkedIn profile, right? I was active on LinkedIn. I was telling people what I do. I'm an organic specialist. I had my profile laid out. I said all the things I do. I'm an agile marketer. I'm a speaker. And Designhill contacted me through my DMs and said, hey, would you like to be on a panel? We know you're an expert on organic marketing. We need somebody. And they reached out and we connected. And now here I am doing this wonderful webinar, this workshop for you. So by showing off your expertise, people will come to you, right? You can also network with people if you're looking to move to another place, to look for job opportunities. But it's really a great place to have a professional network. I'm using it right now. I'm going to my first in-person conference next week. I'm going to fly into California and I'm super excited, but I'm using LinkedIn to connect with people ahead of time. So I'm going to meet them in real life in about 2 weeks, but I'm connecting with them on LinkedIn so I get to know them. So by the time I have coffee with these people or I meet them in the hall or I'm at a party, I'm like, I know you from LinkedIn. And it makes you more relatable, right? It makes you a person, because here is the truth. Even if you want to get a big client, right, a big corporate client, it's still going to be a person who signs the contract with you. It's a human to human interaction. And so LinkedIn allows you to do that and be that professional, but really show off what you know. So let's see what other question we have. Dulary says, new to LinkedIn, more info on creating that newsletter. Okay, so when you have LinkedIn mode turned on, Dulary, you can actually go as if you were going to do a post on LinkedIn. And then it has an option. You can do a poll, you can do different things. Go to where it says article. That's where you find the newsletter. Once you have creator mode turned on, you go to article and it opens up a new window. And then in the article, if you have LinkedIn mode turned on, it lets you create not just an article, but lets you create that newsletter. And it will walk you through it. But pretend you're going to post something and then click on that article. That's where you'll find the newsletter option. So hopefully that helped. Let's see what other question we have. How much time do you spend on LinkedIn for yourself, for personal management? That's Daniela. That's a great question. I spend more time now than I did before. So I've been a professional in social media probably 11 years or so. And I didn't ignore LinkedIn, but I used it more as a CV for a while. And now that LinkedIn is putting out all these new features, my overall strategy is that this is where I can connect with people. This is where I can show off my expertise. So starting in October, when I put my strategy together, I started spending more time on there. So now I have a live show. So that's 20 minutes every week that I'm on LinkedIn. I go every day to LinkedIn and interact with people, about 5 to 10 minutes over breakfast, 5 to 10 minutes at lunch, maybe 5 to 10 minutes at night. So I like people's posts, I interact, I comment, and then I jump back out. But because I have all those bells rung, I'm not just scrolling through LinkedIn. I'm not aimlessly I'm going to those notifications, because when you ring a bell, you get a notification. Charles D posted. Amy posted, Daniela posted. I go and click on those notifications and I'm right there at their content. So I can go connect, say something, comment, jump back out. So I'm actually very purposely going to LinkedIn. I'm not just scrolling. So it could be as little as 5, 10, 15 minutes a day. You, of course, if you have more time and you want to do more, you can do more. But I'm not spending that much time. My newsletter takes me about 2 hours every other week. I want to make sure it comes out with really great content, unique point of view. So I'm spending a little bit more time on that. So per month. So if it's 2 hours for a newsletter, 20 minutes a week for LinkedIn, that's about an hour and a half. So I would say 4 to 5 hours a month at least, which is not, in the scheme of things, is not that much, right? I just spend some time creating a new video. I update some things. So even if you spend 10 hours a month on LinkedIn, that's going to have huge returns, guys, huge returns. Let's see, there's another question. As a beginner, Ruchi says, in LinkedIn, how can I find the right job even if I'm still studying? I wanted to do freelancing, however, I have no experience. So that's another great question, Ruchi. Go to right underneath in your profile on LinkedIn are all these different sections that you can activate on your profile. So if you're still studying, make sure you put your education in there, volunteer work in there. You can go take LinkedIn courses and get certifications and add them there. Special skills. If you're studying and you're volunteering, ask for recommendations on your volunteering job, right? So you can build out your profile. The best thing I can tell you is to go in LinkedIn and add these different sections. The longer and the better filled out your profile is, the more you're discoverable, especially if you use your keywords, right? So if in about a year, you'll be looking for a job, say you're gonna be a software programmer, right? Or a data analyst. So start sharing articles about that, start following people that are in that industry, engage with that content. If you go to, say, a hackathon, I have a daughter who's in software, computer science. So she goes to hackathons, she puts that on her profile, right? So add that, show that you're an expert or you're learning to be an expert, fill out your profile. I think that's a great way. By the time you're looking for that job, you can have your experience on there, recommendations on there, tell a story, go live as a student. You can, if you have creator mode activated, start creating content. Even if you're a student, you're probably already writing articles, right? You're already creating content for your classes. Think about how you can use that content that you're writing and creating and the research that you're doing. Where can it fit on your LinkedIn profile? I bet you can find a spot for that. So that would be my recommendation right now to get started on that. Julie has a question about selling your online courses online. Is it feasible? Well, I mean, and I'm not sure about selling on LinkedIn, but if you have an awesome course and you can share some little tips from that or go live and get students to come on your live and talk about your course, right? Or give a little tease on a live and say, I have this course. Every week, I'm going to give you one little tip of what you'll be learning in the course. Or every week, I'm going to host a student, right? Then you can have that call to action. If you like this tip, if you love what I just shared, if you think my content is valuable, go check out my course. Have that call to action. So you're not necessarily selling it right on there, but just selling yourself by showing that you're the expert on something. Does that make sense, Julie? I hope it does. So there are people on there that have courses, but you eventually want to sell on your website, right? That's where you sell. But you can write a newsletter, you can go live, you can do events, webinars, and draw people in, and then send them right to your course. And you can do special offers. Keisha said, I've heard that LinkedIn is more of a professional site. Do creatives, artists, persons with creative pursuits have a place on there? Yes, 100%. This is what my whole presentation was about. Yes, yes, yes. You as a creative and an artist, as a person with creative pursuits, you are creative. Creator mode is made for people just like you, right? You are already creating things. Go live and show how you create art. If you're a painter or, you use an app on an iPad, show the process, show your art. Absolutely. And people like me who are not as creative need people like you to connect with in our network so we can hire you. Absolutely. Yes. Go on there because ultimately somebody's going to want to give you money for what you offer. And those people are going to be on LinkedIn. It's a huge platform. There's lots of people out there. So I would say yes. So how does LinkedIn, Aisha says, how does LinkedIn compare to Instagram, YouTube in terms of leads? For me, LinkedIn is where I get most of my leads. I am not as active on Instagram. I am definitely, I'm on YouTube. My lives actually go, when I go LinkedIn live, I'm using a tool called StreamYard. So when I go live, I stream live to LinkedIn, I stream live to my Facebook group, my Facebook page, my Facebook profile, YouTube, and Twitter, 6 places. So I do have my lives go on YouTube, but the leads I get, again, I offer services. So I'm a service provider. I help people with social media strategy, consulting, management. And so I can show off my expertise and then they want to hire me. I've gotten leads through my newsletter. People get their newsletter. Oh, that's actually a really great thing to tell you. When you create a newsletter and people subscribe, they get a notification on LinkedIn, but they also get an email from LinkedIn that says Doreen has a new newsletter. So I actually had somebody respond to my LinkedIn newsletter that they got in an email and say, I want to hire you. So absolutely. It is for me right now. I get most of my leads through LinkedIn. Again, proof's in the pudding. I'm here, doing this wonderful workshop with Designhill, all because they saw me on LinkedIn. So yes, it actually is great for lead. Let's see. Mariah says, when you're new in LinkedIn, what is the biggest challenges you face and how you overcame it? So imposter syndrome, right? Am I really the expert that I think I am? So start doing it. Remember, it is your profile. It is you. So if you want to show off a dance video, go to it. If you want to have an opinion about something, go to it. Keep it professional. Your picture should, definitely include, there's a difference between professional and personal and private, right? Don't show private pictures of your, children doing private things or telling stories, but you can do professional and show that your child got an award or you're on a family vacation and that's why you're not that active, or you came back from a family vacation, right? Because people are going to connect. I am a marathon runner. So that's the thing people connect with. I'm a runner. I live in Vermont. I ski. People connect with me because I share a little bit more of myself behind the scenes. So Imposter syndrome is big. You know, do I really want to put out this content? I would say yes. Just go live. Yes. Just write a blog. Yes. Just write a newsletter. Do a poll. Just go do it. Absolutely. Just go do it. I think I'm out of time. Robin, can I answer more questions or are we done?
Yes, Doran. So, Doran, we have still 3 more questions to go. So let's wrap it up and then we are good to go.
You want me to answer the last questions too?
Yes. So we can take up the question from Emma and Julie.
Okay. All right. So Emma's question is, what post can you share on LinkedIn? So you can share a document, you can share a video, you can go live on video, you can share articles, your own articles, you can share your LinkedIn newsletter, basically any type of content that you have. If you have a PowerPoint, you can download it as a PDF and you can then upload it right there on LinkedIn as a document and it will show the whole PowerPoint. There's all kinds of things, any kind of post. So you experiment, right? Your audience might like documents. Your audience might like live video. Your audience might like an image. So go and test what your audience likes. Joan says, what's the best time of day to go live in LinkedIn? I have found, I'm doing Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I have found short is good. I don't have time to watch somebody else's live for an hour on a Tuesday morning. So I figured 20 minutes of strategy, my audience who I want to reach, 20 minutes, they probably at 10 o'clock, they're going to get a cup of coffee and they're going to sit and watch my live for 20 minutes and then they go back to work. So think about who you are reaching, where they might be. If you're talking to students, you might want to go live at 9 o'clock at night, right? Depending on who your audience is. So that's the answer right there. Think about where, the habits of the people you want to reach. Are they on at night? Are they on during the day? Are they on early in the morning? So you can test that. So your newsletter is not a PDF. That's right, Julie. My newsletter is actually as a LinkedIn feature that you activate through creator mode. It goes, you find where you can write an article and then you have the option to do a newsletter. Yes. So it's not a PDF format. It's actually you're writing content right there on LinkedIn, like a blog, but it becomes a newsletter and then it gets sent out. Yes, absolutely. So I think that's it, Robin. Yes. I think those are all the questions.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dorian, for answering all those questions. And it was indeed a value-packed session. Still, we have 70 people who are live in this workshop, and we received an overwhelming response for this workshop. So guys, this brings us to the end of this wonderful workshop with Dorian. This was indeed a value-packed session, although there is a lot more that we could have learned. Unfortunately, we are limited by time here. I hope you guys loved this session. Once again, I would like to thank you, Dorian, for taking out time to be a part of this event.
Absolutely. I love Designhill and I love being able to present here. And thank you for all of you who came and watched today. Connect with me. I will be happy to answer questions. If I didn't answer your questions, I saw there were a couple more questions. If you have any, connect with me on LinkedIn. Feel free to send me a DM. My email is doreen@moremedia.com. Just connect with me and say, hey, how can I get this started? Absolutely want to help you.
All right. So guys, this is not where it ends. We have a lot more events lined up for you. So don't forget to check out our events page. And to watch this session and other such wonderful sessions, subscribe to our official YouTube channel. You can find the link in the chat section shared by Shambhavi from our team. And for all the designers and artists who are listening to this and wish to be a part of thriving design community, visit designhill.com. On that note, I would like to say bye to everyone who joined us here today. Take care, guys, and stay safe.
Bye, everybody.